Namaste to you all, and welcome to this short video that I'm just doing as I've uploaded the yoga breathing course now for everyone, and there's a set of videos that I've been working on. As you all know, this has been done in the lockdown period here in the UK, and in this corona time. Obviously it's important we all try and stay a bit more positive and upbeat. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ajay Kumar, or Ajay Kumar if you prefer to call me that way, but I'm a yoga practitioner of pranayamas in particular. The yoga is of three main types. I always try and explain it this way, that there's the physical side of yoga, which is most commonly known by people, which is the physical side, which you find commonly in yoga classes. But much more important, actually, I feel, what is people should be doing is the breathing side of yoga, which unfortunately in a lot of yoga classes is either not done at all or done in a very small amount, symbolically, if you like, at the very beginning or the end of the classes. I'm not speaking for every class, obviously. I'm sure there are some where they do put a lot of emphasis on the breathing, but the breathing obviously is a key part even of the physical yoga as part of the postures. However, doing the pranayamas or the breathing exercises, the ancient yogic breathing exercises, in a certain concentration, let's call it a certain dosage, becomes very, very therapeutic and very beneficial to well-being and health. And this is why the yoga I learned, which was back in 2005, I went to Baba Ramdev, who is known as Swami Ramdev in India, and is very popular. And he basically emphasized the need to do these breathing exercises a lot more. And that's the key point, a lot more, i.e. not just a few minutes, but it's 1 hour sitting of pranayamas and breathing exercises. And then the change to the biochemistry of the body, the mental state, was amazing. The results he got, and that organization known as Patanjali Yogpith, PYPT, has collected so much data that they even talked about this at the World Health Organization, various platforms and so on, that this kind of breathing has helped millions. Now, so therefore it's not anecdotal evidence, it's now scientific based evidence, because he was very insistent on people actually going to their various hospitals, be they the private ones or the government hospitals, but to then collate the evidence and to bring that evidence back, that they had this particular condition and now that's gone, or it's disappeared, or the medication has reduced. So it's a very powerful science, and it created a huge stir back in 2005, 6, 7, 8. That's when he became really popular. And his organization has grown, obviously, because he does lots and lots of other things as well, and lots of herbal products, obviously, which are natural products. So, but anyway, my purpose was to just tell you a little bit about his background, because that's where I'm coming from, if you like. That's the teaching I'm delivering, although in my yoga sessions, which were all done on Facebook in a very informal way, by the way. It wasn't done in any professional way, so it was just my way of giving back to the community, to give back as a spiritual service what I've learned, really, and what I've learned, and I just wanted everyone else to learn it and gain from it, benefit from it. Because God forbid, and if we are unfortunate enough to catch this virus, many things could happen to our health. And if we don't have a good immunity or a good strong system, like your lungs or breathing system needs to be good, your digestive system needs to be, or the whole of your body should be functioning well, and then there's a better chance of tackling this particular virus and coming out of it okay, I hope. So, you know, anything I say, obviously, in all these videos, obviously they don't constitute medical advice. You can't use the videos I've been uploading on YouTube in English and in Hindi, but obviously you'll be looking at the English ones if you're looking at this introductory video. But, you know, go through those in that order. They're numbered from 1 to 9 or 10, and work through them, but rewind and look at them over and over and over again. Why? Because it's sometimes you just don't get things in the very first sitting. It's not always possible. So therefore, you need to rewind it and look at them. So they're there for your benefit. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and on every YouTube video you'll see a little blurb, and there at the end of the blurb, which describes what's on that video, but there's my contact details on Facebook, so you can always send me a friend request and become a friend, or just send me a message on that, and then it will come to a messenger, and I can reply to you. But I just want everyone to understand that obviously if you do need medical advice, then you obviously need to seek it, and you need to base this on your research and understanding. Yoga has been shown to be beneficial in many areas, medically, and there are so many benefits of it, but you can't take what obviously I say as medical advice. It's not intended to be that. So do seek any kind of other opinion that you require, or if you do need permission from your medical practitioner, GP, or whoever, then any other professional, then please do seek that first. That's just common sense advice. Obviously, do the exercises in the way they've been taught. Now, what the difficulty with this is that you do need to be sitting one-on-one with a practitioner actually, or in a group, small group, so that you could be seen. That's the ideal scenario. But obviously when we're all in this lockdown period, and you're relying on videos, then obviously you don't know if you're doing it correctly or not. So if you feel that there is tension or stress being created, or there are problems, then you shouldn't be doing it. You need to wait until you get the opportunity to meet someone. You can always contact me by sending me a message, and then it's possible that I could perhaps do a one-to-one session, but that will need to be discussed, and send me your details and we'll see what we can do for those of you who may require a little bit extra help, because you're not just in case you're not able to follow those videos. Yeah. Now, with all this time we have on us, try and learn these type of things, and this is actually probably the most important thing that you could learn, really, from my perspective, because I've seen a lot of people suffer. My whole entry into yoga, a little bit of my background was because of my niece dying, and then me becoming quite depressed, and then suddenly this Swami Ramdev comes into my life on television. I see him, and I just instantly decide to do this, because I wanted people not to suffer unnecessarily. Prevention is always better than cure, and if we can create a state of body and mind, and obviously affects your spirit, whether you believe that or not, fine, so let's just say body and mind, but it creates such a body and mind that is in harmony, that can function correctly, body, mind and emotions that can function correctly. Therefore, that's what we call a healthy individual. The chances of that individual losing hope, losing control in their life when adversity strikes is very less. No, I'm not saying it won't happen. To the best of us, we always sometimes get depressed, but in this period where we are all in a situation where we have been compressed, we have been forced to lead a very solitude type of life, and we're indoors for everyone's benefit, obviously, because we're looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at the bigger picture of protecting the National Health Service, or the medical fraternity, and all of the frontline workers. So it was about good karma here, folks. We have to take this responsibility, even if you feel you were healthy enough, or you had enough immunity to deal with the virus. But by being out there in the public, we're just helping to spread it. So really, we need to be thoughtful about everyone. And that's what yoga also teaches. When you start doing these breathing exercises, it does change your mentality very much so, into a more positive person and a more caring person. Okay, basically being empathetic to other people's situations. People of an older generation, for example, and people with underlying conditions, they are at most risk, unfortunately. So our lack of control over our lives and what we do in this situation can prove detrimental to these people. So I'm actually very much against this herd community mentality where you feel you need to get 60 to 80% of people to be infected, because it's inherently it is a cruel way of doing it. Better way would be to test and then isolate, and then to deal with that area by closing it down or dealing with it in that area, and then bringing that to such a level, and to move on throughout the country doing that wherever the pockets of problems are. But to say let's just all start coming out and we will get this virus sooner or later, sure, maybe, but to bring people out en masse and to have this situation will not be a nice situation, I don't think. This is my own personal opinion, you may disagree, but I feel it's cruel because we are kind of saying that we're accepting actually that the geriatric population and those who have underlying conditions are probably going to fall by the wayside. And that, for someone who's a humanitarian who cares, it's not nice to think that way and to enact policies in this way. So that's my take on it, and therefore the best I could do was to share this knowledge which increases our lung capacity, which builds our immunity. Okay, it's prevention rather than cure. The kind of people who can't do this, if you have severe breathing problems, you can't do these exercises, so you have to be able to breathe at least to do them. You mustn't force the breathing. You mustn't force yourself to intake the breath longer than you can manage, to hold it out for longer than you can manage, and for the length of time you need to hold it inside or hold it out. You can't force that. You have to do it as per your capacity, as per your ability. So bear that in mind. It shouldn't be forced, it should be very natural. So if your capacity to intake breath isn't for 6 seconds and you can only manage 3 or 4 seconds, so be it. You simply work on it, and slowly you build up the breathing exercises. So the minimum amount of time you should do any particular breathing exercise is for 5 minutes, and there are certain exercises you should do for 15 to 20 minutes, but you may not do 15 to 20 minutes in one sitting, so you might need to do it 5 minutes one day, then another 5 minutes, and then slowly bring it to 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Slowly build up the practice so that in one sitting you're able to do that one particular breathing exercise for 15 to 20 minutes continuously with your eyes closed, focused and relaxed, and no tensions. So if you're creating physical tension, either the process of breathing or because of the way you're sitting, so you don't need to sit on the floor. I've said to people you can sit on a chair, an armchair. Make sure you don't fall over though, so make sure you've got the arms of the chair there to support you, or on a sofa, and you can sit, just sit relaxed though. That's the most important thing. You mustn't be in tension. That defies the whole process. The yoga is all about a calm state of the body and a calm state of the mind, and then you commence the breathing exercises. But if your physical body is in discomfort because you're sitting cross-legged, or this is called sukhasana, or in siddhasana, one leg up or both legs up in lotus position, padmasana, then you shouldn't be sitting like that. Then you should just be sitting with your legs forward and leaning against something. That's perfectly acceptable. Just make sure the spine stays straight. Okay, that's the most important bit. Head stays in line with the spine. You don't want your head backwards. You don't want it forward like this. You don't want to be sitting too erect. You don't want to be sitting slumped. Okay, so you want to just sit relaxed. So if there's tension in any sitting position, that is wrong. You must get relaxed first. And that's why Swami Ramdev used to do a lot of, in between the breathing exercise, he used to do a lot of what we call minor exercise or mini exercises, sukshma kriyas they're called, and actual yoga asanas, yoga postures, because people couldn't stay relaxed for that long period of time. However, that does break the continuity, because the breathing exercises are very much the key to opening the lock to the path of spirituality. Definitely, because it creates that mindfulness, that relaxed state, that energized. Obviously, when you get relaxed, by the way, you're not just getting relaxed, you're getting energized through the breathing exercises, which become very meditative. And meditation is a very powerful, it's right at the top of yoga. It's a very powerful process, which doesn't just relax us, but it energizes us. So do place importance to these key points. They're subtle points, but they're very important. So you want to be able to do it continuously with your eyes closed in a relaxed physical state, and your emotions and your mind are at peace. Yeah? You're not having a television on and speaking to someone, thinking about what you're going to cook in the next hour, blah blah blah. Your focus needs to be just here, and you need to really think that this is my time, your own time, for my body, for my mind, my emotions, for my spirit. Yeah? And I'm not going to allow anyone or anything or any sound to disturb me. It's with this kind of conviction you should be sitting. You should be in a clean spot. Make sure the room is well ventilated. Breathing in the early morning hours between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. is the best, because that's when oxygen levels are at their highest. Have a window open, make sure the room is clean. Stick to one sitting place, because your energy gets accumulated in that spot, and that becomes your space, if you like. So create your space in the house, and when you sit there, that's no one can come there. Okay, just even if you have to put a little gate there or something, I don't know. Cordon it off. That's your little space. Don't let anyone even walk into it, if it's possible. All right. Obviously, make sure you're hydrated. You're on an empty stomach. All the exercises must be done on an empty stomach, and you're well hydrated. So a good 2 glasses of warm water, not just tepid, but nice warm water, and have that. And then about 5-10 minutes after that, commence the breathing exercises. So that's why it should be done in the early morning hours, because obviously you've had a natural break away from food, which is you've been fasting over the night period. But it can be done in the evening. It can be done in the morning sitting and as an evening sitting. It can be done twice a day, especially if you feel you've got underlying conditions and you want to deal with them, and you've got problems. Then you can do it twice a day. So that'd be an hour sitting in the morning, hour in the evening. Minimum time you should spend is 30 minutes on breathing exercise. Minimum. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 in the evening, or in one sitting. Yeah. You can do 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. But just do at least one sitting a day. It needs to become part of your lifestyle. So we're trying to create, if you can't create this half an hour to 1 hour for yourself, I would say half an hour breathing and at least 15 minutes meditation. If you can't create these 45 minutes for yourself as a minimum, then there's something wrong with your daily planner, your scheduling, your lifestyle. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because I really do think that the most important person in this life is you. It's you. And you needs you. So, create that quality time for yourself, because you do deserve it. And I've seen the most beautiful transformations in people. I've seen so many almost miraculous recoveries from things, and there's so much I could share with you. But it's about experiencing it yourself. And it's such a wonderful thing, yoga. And the breathing side is even more powerful because it's about your internal organs, your internal state. It will exercise your internal organs. It'll create a more healthier lymphatic system, nervous system, digestive system, thyroid system, breathing system, brain. It will oxygenate you. It will create an alkaline state inside you. It will remove acidity. It will remove inflammation. It's so powerful. There's so many benefits. But like I said, you know, it's about doing it. It's so good, but it is about doing it. If you don't do it, you will not benefit. So, oh my God, could I shout this out from the top of Mount Everest and let the whole world hear? Do pranayamas. Do breathing yoga exercises. I'm going to give you one example of someone I taught. And this was a lady. So inspirational, this lady. And she was full of the A to Z of diseases, I could say. Honestly, I'm not kidding. She got so deeply involved with the yoga breathing side. Her name's Barbara, and a New Zealander. I had to teach, obviously here I am in London, just outside of London, UK, and she's there, and the timings we had to get right. So over a 2-week period I taught her one-to-one and over Skype sessions. That lady, not only has she dealt with all of her breathing exercise, all of her health issues, and has come out of them, yeah, championed. She's a champion. She's like miraculously just got rid of all those diseases. But she did it every single day. And she was so thankful to this pranayama practice. She even wrote a book on pranayama. Oh my God, on breathing exercises. And she sent me, she must have seen one of my YouTube videos just recently, and she sent me a message just out of the blue after years and years. So I taught her a good 8 years ago, probably. I'm just guessing. 7-8 years ago. And she just sent me a message saying, Ajay, you know, she's always full of praise for me. So, but I'm actually just inspired by this woman, honestly. She's like a total yogi, an example of a yogi. She has breathed this lifestyle, she has lived this lifestyle daily, and she's now moved to Europe. Just luckily in September, she's like living the life of a hermit in these woodland areas. She's got a nice little cottage there now. Obviously very happy. But you know, folks, there are so many things I could tell you. I think it's really important you yourself experience it and do it. Other people who can't do it, by the way, people who have had an operation in the last 6 months should generally avoid it because, you know, you might not be in the right physical and mental state. So if you had a major operation in the last 6 months, try and avoid it. Ladies who are pregnant shouldn't, because you need to be observed first, but breathing exercises are very good for them, obviously, but you do need to be observed that you're doing it correctly. So again, it's that same problem, but, you know, contact me or contact a yoga practitioner, especially someone who specializes in breathing side of yoga. And people who have heart conditions and also high blood pressure, they can do it again, but they have to do it with a lesser strength. And I have mentioned this in many of my videos, and I've even demonstrated what I mean by lesser strength. But again, it's about how do I know you've understood what I've explained on the videos and then you're doing it correctly. So again, you need to be observed. You know, this is just the way. There's no other way around it. So anyone with any major breathing problems, I've already mentioned. People who can't breathe correctly because they have to use inhalers and they have very short of breath, become very hyperventilate, all of those type of people, they can't do this, by the way. Okay, but otherwise it's for everyone else. And I've mentioned to you most of the things I wanted to. You have my contact detail, as in the Facebook. Like I said, it's on the bottom of the blurb in every YouTube video. Click on that. Both my yoga page, which is AJ Yoga, and also the Facebook page if you want to become a friend, which is Ajay Kumar facebook.com/AJ, just two letters, A and J, although it's Ajay, AJ, AY is my proper name, but AJ, just KUMAR, Yoga Guru. That is my Facebook page, and the page for AJ Yoga is facebook.com/AJ Yoga Guru, YOGAGURU. Okay, and then you can click on send message to Messenger. If you do wish to email me, you can send me an email on ajkumar5, AJKUMAR5 @icloud.com. At iCloud, small I, CLOUD, cloud.com. Okay, so that's my contact details. Please like the videos if you like them, and do share them. More importantly, it's important. A lot of people do like the videos, but it's more important to share them with other people and to share them on your page so other people can benefit. It's all there for you folks. It's a free course of breathing pranayamas, which normally takes a good 2 weeks solid to learn, and it's there for you to pick up in this time. Make good use of it. Make good use of your time and learn something that you will thank me, thank God for the rest of your life. It will become a game changer. It will bring about a beautiful transformation in your personality, I'm sure, for the better always. And but it is about doing it. People have become much more peaceful. They've naturally come off any kind of addictions they've had, smoking, drinking. I've had the whole range of things. People on drugs, people with depression, anxiety, stress, that just goes like that. People with breathing disorders like allergies and other types of breathing problems, which are perhaps not that major, they go very quickly as well. But over time, again, everybody can do it, but some people have to be observed more. It has to be a one-to-one thing or in a smaller group. So that's but otherwise, for everyone else, just do it. I don't think I have anything else to mention, and I wish you all the best of success, and I hope whenever we do all come out of this lockdown, we're all healthier and better people. And this ancient science has been there for thousands and thousands of years. It's nothing new, but the way the concentration or the dosage of the breathing, if increased to these kind of levels, has shown to benefit millions of people, and it has brought about a massive change in their lifestyles and in their mental, physical, emotional and spiritual state. All the best, folks. All the best, and take care. Namaste.